the Nonprofit Podcast, powered by Donorbox.
Did you know you have some hidden treasures right in your donor data? And by reconnecting with these gems, you not only save money, but you also boost your fundraising game. It's a win-win situation that can help your organization stay strong in the long run. Welcome back to the Nonprofit Podcast. I'm Cara, fundraising coach at Donorbox. We're here each week with practical actions you can use today to increase donations and take your nonprofit to the next level tomorrow. This has been such a tough year for fundraising. Donors have fewer dollars to give, and it seems that more nonprofits are asking them for support. It's really tight right now for so many nonprofits. Are you feeling it? In challenging fundraising years, it's a smart move for nonprofits to pay special attention to a special group of donors called LYBUNTs. And what even is a LYBUNT? It sounds like a strange acronym, right? And I know I thought it was odd when I first learned it, but in the world of fundraising, it's an essential term to know, and I encourage you to just make it part of your organizational vocabulary. So LYBUNT stands for last year, but unfortunately not this. Essentially, it refers to donors who gave last year but haven't contributed yet this year. And today we're going to unravel the mystery of LYBUNTs and show you just how vital they are for fundraising success, especially this year. Here are a few big reasons why focusing on last year's donors is really a big deal. First, it's easier to reconnect with them. LYBUNTs are donors who have shown an interest in your cause. They've seen your value and have stepped in to support you in the very recent past. So reconnecting with them can be much easier compared to acquiring entirely new donors who have no previous connection to your organization. And then LYBUNTs are special because they have a higher likelihood of giving to you again this year. You know, they've been warmed up to you and they should have been seeing some results of their previous support through your outreach to them. You don't quite have to make the case for your cause with this group, and this can really result in a more immediate boost to your fundraising efforts. And then third, well, it's simply cost effective. We have limited money for sure, and acquiring new donors can really be expensive because of some marketing and outreach time and costs. And so you should have some historical data and insights about your LYBUNTs' giving behavior and their preferences. Plus, your messaging can be a little more comfortable with the focus on rekindling their interest, updating them on what's new, and encouraging them to renew their support. Engaging with that LYBUNT demographic in your data really has a higher return on investment than looking to acquire new supporters, although that's important too. And then here's a bonus reason. It really improves your donor retention rate. Essentially, your retention rate is essential for your long-term success for your organization. Focusing on LYBUNTs means you're going to have a tendency to retain your valuable supporters. And we know that donors are supporting fewer organizations right now. They're giving less money. And so when you show them that you see them, when you tell them that they matter to you, that is what is going to keep you in the forefront of their minds this giving season. Jenna and I had a whole podcast episode on donor stewardship back on episode 74, and I'll make sure that we link that for you in the show notes if you want to take a listen and boost those stewardship efforts right now. It's a really great time to do that. Okay, those are some reasons why focusing on LYBUNTs is so important. So now let's focus on how to put a plan in action to engage last year's donors who might not have given yet this year. So first, head over to your Donorbox dashboard. In your reports, Donorbox has a LYBUNTs report right there waiting for you. It's an easy way to take a look at last year's supporters who have unfortunately not supported you yet this year. You can use that to know who to start some conversations with right now. And this is an important metric you'll want to keep an eye on all year long. And then once you have your list of LYBUNTs, you'll engage them with personalized outreach. So first, divide last year's donors into some segments based on their previous giving behavior or even how their donation came in. Do your very best to craft some personalized messages that speak directly to their motivations to supporting you, or tailor your communication as specifically as you can to those groups. The more personalized, the better. You really want to make them feel like you see them and you know them. And so that takes us to our next approach, and that is update last year's donors on how their previous donations were used. And this should probably be done all year long, not just when you need something urgently, but if you haven't done a good job with that yet this year, do your best now and make it part of your overall fundraising strategy next year. And now is a really great time to send your LYBUNTs updates on what was done with their past support. You can show them how that support made a difference. You can include stories and photos and even testimonials to really paint a nice picture of what happened because they gave. You really want to demonstrate that their investment in your organization was a good use of their hard-earned money. Okay, one last idea to re-engage last year's donors, and that's to host an exclusive event or a tour. You can create something very special just for this group of supporters. Make it an opportunity to reconnect with your organization and see the impact of their contributions firsthand. Maybe they can see some life change that happened because they gave, or maybe they can get an insider's look at what happens behind the scenes. So use that time to hear what's on their minds too, and then you can glean some of their insight and experiences and use that information to make your organization even better or engage your supporters even more with some of the knowledge that they share with you. That's a lot, I know. We had 4 reasons why engaging LYBUNTs is a smart move right now. Plus, we had 3 easy ways to rekindle your relationship with them once you've identified who they are. So now I have 2 practical actions for you to do right now, right as we wrap up this podcast. First, plan thank you calls. Every donor, regardless of the size of their gift, should receive at least 1 thank you phone call from your organization at least once a year. Staff or board members can do this, and it really is doable. So utilize your resources, volunteers, board, staff, however you can make it happen. Make calls during the lunch hours so you can leave a message and get through your list pretty quickly. Be smart about it, but get it done. It's a great way to show some gratitude for previous support before we go into a season of heavy asking. And then your next practical action, join me to plan your entire year-end fundraising campaign in the next few weeks together. What we're going to do is blend live instruction with downloadable guides and templates and work with you to create a fundraising plan now so that when you're ready to launch your year-end fundraising campaign in November, it's ready and waiting for you. And you'll just need to put your plan into action. So if you're ready to take your year-end fundraising to the next level, just head over to the show notes. We have a link for you to register for the course. Plus, we have a special promo code for you, and that will give you a special extra discount. You can use the promo code PODCAST, PODCAST, to register and enjoy that discount. And that offer is valid until the course begins at 1 p.m. Eastern Time this coming Tuesday, September 26th. The doors will close to the class, so I really hope to see you there. As we wrap up this week's episode, I want you to know that I'm rooting for you this year end. And I also want to sincerely thank you for spending a little of your valuable time this season with the Nonprofit Podcast. I hope you've left with the confidence to take a small step today that will make a big difference tomorrow. Please be sure to click the download button on your podcast player and then leave the Nonprofit Podcast a review or give it a thumbs up if you're listening to the Nonprofit Podcast on YouTube. Your review really is a great way to help others find us. You're here to help others. We're here to help you. So until next time, stay inspired.
That warm feeling when you help someone, it's not just happiness, it's fulfillment. And we believe it should be available to everyone, from frontline heroes to first-time fundraisers. Our tools empower you to help others. This is our mission. This is Donorbox, helping you help others.